Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Professionals podcast. I am your host, Rachel West, and I am a personal growth coach. I specialize in mindset, mental health, and addiction recovery. And I have a belief that as professionals, it is important for us to get to know each other on a deeper level, because when you do, you find that we have a lot more in common than we do different. Today, I have a very special guest, Nicole Moreau. She is the broker and realtor with Simply Vegas. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thanks for having me, Rachel.
Yes, so we're going to dive right in. I want you to just give us a quick 5-minute or so background in how you got to Las Vegas and what brought you into real estate.
Okay, I'll try to do that quick. So I'm originally from Southern Indiana, Seymour. It's the home of John Cougar Mellencamp. I went to college in Chicago, went to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. It's actually a fine arts degree. And I asked to study graphic design there. And the short version is I worked for an ad agency. They wanted to expand to Las Vegas. So in 1998, I moved here. And started to do sales, and my partners in Chicago, I had ownership in the Las Vegas company, encouraged me to get my real estate license. They thought it was, they said the marketing was where they made their bread and butter, where they really built wealth was real estate. So I got my license just to learn more about it, and the rest is kind of history. I fell in love at that point.
What do you enjoy most about doing real estate?
For most people, home ownership is one of the biggest goals they have. Statistics show even more than going to college and stuff. It's a huge goal that a lot of people want to reach. So helping them reach their goal, also helping people build wealth through real estate. It's an emotional, important thing for a lot of people. Personally, I enjoy the variety. I'm not a big sit behind my desk person, so I love being out every day and looking at houses.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and you're going to be in the home for a long time, so you want to make sure that it's the right fit.
Yes.
Is there anything that you dislike about being in real estate?
That's a hard question. Dislike, I would say, sometimes it is very emotional, so that gets to be hard for certain aspects of it, and then it's also changing a lot too. So, and I guess the biggest thing again personally more is it's a 24/7, 360-day job. If a client calls me at 9 o'clock, I'm going to answer, because usually it's a question that's going to keep them up at night if I don't answer it. So I don't want them to have to wait, to get back to me, So I answer my phone as often as I can, as quickly as I can.
Yeah, that's really important, because they want to know right now, and if you're not there, they're on to the next person to find the answer.
Yeah.
Or turning to Google.
Yeah. Or just like tossing and turning in their bed, because usually it's just something they think of last minute, like they're just not sure, or how should I do this? So I'm happy to answer those questions anytime.
That peace of mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any specialties as an agent?
So I would say I specialize in probate. I'm a certified probate expert. I do a lot of probate. I work with a lot of attorneys. Where I really specialize in that is, one, I understand how the court process works, and two, a lot of the people, when they inherit homes, they're not in Vegas. So I have contacts with estate sale companies, and I have the handyman, the plumbers, and all those things. So I can be their boots on the ground. They can live, sometimes they don't even come into town at all. Usually they come in town, unfortunately, when the person passes, and take out personal items, and then I help them get rid of everything else and get the home listed, and they don't have to come back to Las Vegas if they don't want to. So that's where I spend a lot of my marketing and concentration on is probate sales.
Can you tell us a little bit about the current market?
So the market has changed really rapidly. In the spring, the prices went crazy high, and now they've dropped pretty quickly. So we're looking at about 15% lower than this time last year. Our inventory is up 30% from last year, so that makes the prices go down. Days on the market have gone up, and we've sold a lot less houses. So about 45% less homes have sold like in October this year than sold October of last year. So I actually think it's a great opportunity if someone's been waiting to buy, because one, they're going to have 30% more homes to look at, and there's a lot more. It is a buyer's market now, so we can get buyer's closing costs, and also the higher interest rates. We're having sellers being willing to help buy down the interest rate to help a buyer get into a home. So there's a lot more opportunities. Unless this time last year, you'd have to waive everything, appraisals, and it was, can get any repairs, and it's totally different right now. So there's a lot of opportunity for buyers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really
Sellers, you have to be a little patient right now.
Yeah. How is the Las Vegas market going to change from now into 2023?
So I think a lot of that depends on what happens with the interest rates, which we keep being told they're going to keep rising. But I also think a lot of it is maybe just an adjustment. I think it's kind of shocking that, 6 months ago, the interest rates were 3%, and now you're looking at 6 or 7. So I think it's more like people adapting, and also to all the changes that have happened. So it really will depend on those interest rates, but I still think it's going to be a good opportunity for buyers. Las Vegas, we still have a lot of people moving here. They're moving here because it's a great place to retire, because of state taxes. So we'll continue having people moving here and selling houses. It's just changed.
Sorry. How do you stand out? I'm having like a tickle in my throat.
Oh, yes, it's the worst.
How do you stand out from other agents?
I think, one, I've been doing this for 18 years, so it definitely experience helps. I feel like my job is to find a problem before it happens, so you don't know that it was a problem. Also, I am very calm. I will stay calm in all situations, so I think that helps, and I'm a good listener. Also, the fact that I love looking at houses, I get asked a lot, well, how many homes are you willing to show us? And you will wear out way before I do. You will beg me. Like, no, this is it. We can't see any more homes. So those are the areas that I think I excel.
Very nice. I love that. Do you have any advice for new buyers or people looking to buy or sell?
I would say really interview the agent that you choose to go with. It's very important. It's a very personal relationship that you get into with your agent, and you're going to spend a lot of time together. I get a lot of times people say, oh, I'm going with my neighbor or my coworker or that type of thing. I would say it's the biggest purchase you're ever going to make. You should interview at least, I think, 3 people, and you should go with whoever you feel most comfortable with. And if your friend or family member doesn't understand that, then I don't know, they're the friend you want, basically. So you have to do what's right for you.
Yeah, that's really good advice.
Yeah.
You mentioned it a little bit. Who is buying or selling in Las Vegas, and why?
So recently I've sold a house to someone that was moving here from California. The cost of living is a lot less expensive, and it was someone that's been telecommuting. They, since COVID, have not had to be in an office, and that is not going to change. So they decided now is a good time to move into Nevada. But other people where they've moved here to be closer to family. Again, during COVID, they got sick and they weren't close to family, and that's really important to them. So that's why they moved to Las Vegas. I've had people just move from a 2-story house to a 1-story house just because they were getting to the point where they couldn't walk up and down stairs. So just a lot of personal reasons where life changes and you need to buy or sell. I would say a lot of buyers get a little hung up on the fact that the house they're buying may not be their dream house, but you have to start somewhere, and the average person actually only stays in their house 7 years. So 7 years goes pretty quickly. It's your one asset that you can sell, and you don't have to pay capital gains when you sell, and you can move up to your dream house at a later time.
Mm-hmm.
And your dreams change too.
That is true.
Yeah.
What is one thing you could share that you have had to overcome since starting in real estate till now?
I would say that real estate and like life and a lot of things, it's a wave, and you just have to ride it. And don't fight it, just ride it, adapt and change. When I started was 2004, so it was a great market, and then everything collapsed. So I've been to signings where people have cried, and I've been to signings where people are really happy. The last couple of years, it's been great. Everyone's been really happy, but so I would say just to not fight the changes, but to embrace them.
I think we can apply that in a lot of other areas too.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
What has helped your business?
I would say the relationships I build, I find that most of my clients, by the end of the transaction, I'm happy that they got their house or I sold their house, but I'm sad that I'm not going to be talking to them on a regular basis. So a lot of them I stay in contact with because I want to. And my business is pretty much 100% referrals, which is great because if I like them, then I'm probably going to like their friends. I do B&I networking once a week, which is, again, a sphere of people that I like refer business to and vice versa. I'm also a Dave Ramsey preferred realtor because I believe in a lot of his financial advice. And so they refer business to me. So those are my main things, but it's mainly just staying in contact with the people that I've worked with over the past 18 years.
Is there like an average of time that you have to build that relationship until you get the sale? Do you have like a...
Sometimes it is years and years and years and years. It's all about the right timing. And I feel like I'm in sales, but I can't talk someone into selling or buying a house that they don't need to. So it's just, I might show someone houses today, and then they decide that they want to rent for the next 2 years, and then they'll come back when the timing's right. So, yeah, and that's fine. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a referral that you maybe met somebody a long time ago and kind of forgot about, but they didn't forget about you and they surprised you? Has that ever happened?
Sometimes, yeah, it has happened. But usually I feel like I'm somehow reaching out to them, maybe only once a year or something. But yeah, that is sometimes years later, and you get that phone call, and that's always a good feeling to have that happen. Yeah.
What does being a professional mean to you?
I think being professional is just being honest and truthful, and always putting the client's needs before mine. And having follow through and doing what I say. I think those are the main things that come to mind.
If the viewers want to get in contact with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
My cell number is 702-303-8243. That's probably the best way. And you can always email me at nicole@nicolemoreau.com.
And you have one last advice that you would like to give about real estate or being a professional?
About real estate, I think everyone should really look into and consider buying a home because it's the greatest way to build wealth. There's great statistics on that as far as, like I said before, you can sell your house and not have to pay capital gains versus renting and paying off your landlord's house. So, and I think the other advice that's really important right now, especially, is to say you marry the house and you date the rate. So meaning the interest rates are going to go up and down and change. So get in a house now at a lower price, and eventually someday you can refinance if you need to when the rates go down. So don't let that stop you.
Very nice. Thank you for that. Well, thank you for another episode of the Professionals podcast. We look forward to seeing you again on January 4th. We are here the first Wednesday of every month, and we look forward to seeing you then.